welcome back to the course of Basic Electrical Engineering. In this video lecture, I am going to continue with the unit 1, that is DC circuit. The topic that I am going to discuss in this video lecture is time domain analysis of first order RL circuit. In the previous video lecture, I have already discussed about the time domain analysis of first order RC circuit. In that video lecture, I have already explained you what do you mean by time domain analysis and what do you mean by first order circuit. In the case of first order RC circuit, I have discussed about the charging and discharging of the capacitor. But in the case of first order RL circuit, we are going to discuss about the growth of the inductor current and decay of the inductor current. So here you can see one circuit is there which consists of series combination of resistor and energy storing element. But here in energy storing element is inductor. Switch is connected to position 1. So this series combination is connected across the potential difference across the battery V, and current will start to flow. Now this current does not reach its maximum value instantaneously, but it will take some time. Current increases gradually in this case because of the presence of inductor. It takes definite time to reach its final value, that is maximum value. The growth of the current in this circuit is delayed because of the presence of inductor L in the given circuit. Now suppose at any instant during the growth of the current, if we define current be I ampere and it is increasing at a rate of di by dt, then this will produce an EMF in the inductor because current increases, flux linking with the coil increases, flux linking with the coil changes, and EMF gets induced according to the Faraday's law of electromagnetic induction. Now this induced EMF will oppose the growth of the current according to the Lenz's law, because growth of the current is the cause of production of EMF in this case. So that's why the current will not increases rapidly, but it will increases gradually. Now applying KVL in this circuit, we are getting total voltage is equal to voltage drop across R plus EMF of self induction due to inductor L. So we can write V is equal to IR plus L di by dt, where L di by dt is the self induction of the inductor. So we can write V minus IR is equal to L di by dt. Now using variable separable method, we can write di divided by V minus IR is equal to 1 divided by L into dt. Now multiplying both the side by minus R, so we can write minus R di divided by V minus IR is equal to minus R divided by L into dt. Now taking integration both the sides, we get integration minus R divided by V minus IR di is equal to integration minus R by L into dt. If we take the integration of this, we are getting log V minus IR to the base E is equal to minus R divided by LT plus C, where C is a constant of integration which can be found using initial condition. Now for this circuit, what is the initial condition? At time t is equal to 0, when switch is closed, current at that time current was 0. So at I is equal to 0, t was 0. So if we put this value in this equation, we are getting log V minus 0 to the base E. Now IR becomes 0 because I is equal to 0, is equal to 0 plus C. So C is equal to log V base E. So if we put this value in this equation, we are getting log V minus IR is equal to minus R divided by LT plus log V to the base E. Now taking log V to the left hand side, we can write log V minus IR minus log V is equal to minus R divided by LT. Now we know log V, log X minus log Y is equal to X log X divided by Y. So we can write log V minus IR divided by V is equal to minus R divided by L into T. Now if we take anti-log on both the sides, we are getting V minus IR divided by V is equal to E to the power minus R divided by L into T. So we can write V minus IR is equal to V into E to the power minus R divided by L into T. And if we solve this equation, we are getting IR is equal to V in bracket 1 minus E to the power minus R divided by L into T. And the final equation of growth of the current which we are getting is I is equal to V divided by R in bracket 1 minus E to the power minus T by lambda, where lambda is equal to L by R is equal to time constant that we have already defined in the previous video lecture. Now, what is the maximum value of this equation? So maximum value of this equation is V by R. So denoted V by R is equal to Im. So we can write I is equal to Im in bracket 1 minus e to the power minus t by lambda. Now at time t is equal to 0, I is equal to 0. Now at time t is equal to lambda, I is equal to Im in bracket 1 minus e to the power minus 1. So we are getting I is equal to, if we put the value of E is equal to 2.718, we are getting I is equal to 0.632 Im. So this is the value of the inductor current after time t is equal to lambda. Initial current, if we put t is equal to 0, initial current is 0. And this current which we are getting is after time constant t is equal to lambda. Now if we plot this graph, then if we plot this equation in the form of graph, then we are getting I versus t graph, and is an exponential graph you can see. Now the maximum value of this equation is Im, that is nothing but the V by R. Now at time t is equal to lambda, we are getting 0.632 Im, where Im is the maximum value of this graph. So from this we can define time constant as a time during which inductor current rises to 0.632 times of its final steady value while growing process, or we can say time during which inductor current rises to 63.2% of its final steady value while growing. Let us understand how current decays in inductive circuit. So decay in a current in an inductive circuit. So initially switch was connected to the position 1. At that time the maximum current attains by maximum value of the current is Im is equal to V by R. Now if switch is thrown to position 2, the current does not increase but it decreases because now battery is not connected. So switch is connected to, so there is no battery in the path of the current. So current will not increase but it will start to reduce gradually. It will reduce to 0 after certain time. So now if we apply KVL in this loop, we are getting 0 is equal to IR plus L di by dt. So we can write minus IR is equal to L di by dt. Now using variable separable method, we can write di divided by I is equal to minus R by L dt. Now if we take integration both the side, we can say integration di divided by I is equal to integration R divided by L dt. Now integration of 1 divided by I with respect to I is log I to the base e. Integration of 1 with respect to t is t. So we can write log, final equation we can write log I is equal to minus R divided by Lt plus k, where k is a integration constant which can be found using initial condition. Now in this circuit, when switch was thrown to position 2, at that time current was maximum. At time t is equal to 0, the value of the current was Im. So if we put this initial condition in the equation 1, we are getting log Im is equal to 0 plus k because t is 0. So we are getting k is equal to log Im. Now if we put this value of k in the equation 1, we are getting log I is equal to minus R divided by L into t plus log Im. Now taking log Im term left hand side, we are having log I minus log Im is equal to minus R divided by L into t. We know log x minus log y is equal to log x divided by y. So log I divided by Im is equal to minus R divided by L into t. Now taking anti-log both the sides, we are having I divided by Im is equal to e to the power minus R divided by L into t. So we can write I is equal to Im e to the power minus R divided by L into t. This is the equation of decay of current for the RL circuit. Now L by R is nothing but the lambda, so we can write I is equal to Im e to the power minus t by lambda. This is a final equation. Now this above equation shows the relations of current in the circuit as a function of time. That's why it is known as a time domain analysis. Now if in this equation we put t is equal to lambda, we get I is equal to Im e to the power minus lambda divided by lambda, that is Im into e to the power minus 1. So I is equal to 0.368 Im. So this is a graph of this equation. It is a graph of I versus t. Im is a maximum value. At time when the switch was thrown to position 2, the current was maximum, that is Im. After t is equal to lambda, the current reduces to 0.368 of its 0.368 times of its maximum initial value. So in this case, we can define time constant as the time during which inductor current reduces to 36%, 36.8% of its initial maximum value while decaying process. Now, taking one example based on RL circuit. So, it says that a coil is having resistance of 20 ohm and inductance of 12 Henry. So one coil is that, which is coil is nothing but the combination of R and L. The resistance of the coil is 20 ohm and the inductance is 12 Henry, which is connected to a constant supply, that is nothing but the DC source of 100 volt. Now find the rate of change of current at the instant of closing the switch. At time t is equal to 0, what is the rate of change of current? Final steady state value of the current, third time constant, and fourth time taken for the current to reach a value of 4 ampere. So 4 things you have to determine in the given examples. So starting with the first one, initial rate of rise of current, that is di by dt. How we can find out the value of di by dt? So if we apply KVL in this circuit, KVL, the equation which we are getting is V is equal to IR plus L di by dt. Now at the initial condition I is 0, so V is equal to L di by dt. So we can write di by dt is equal to V divided by L. Value of V is 100, value of L is 20, so 100 divided by 20, that is 8.33 ampere per second. That is a initial rate of rise of current. Next one is the final steady value of the current. We know the final value, the maximum value of the current is V divided by R. So Im is equal to V divided by R is equal to 100 divided by 20, that is 5 ampere. Third one is a time constant, that is lambda. Lambda is equal to L divided by R. We have already defined. So 12 divided by 20 is equal to 0.60 second. And the final one is time taken for the current to reach a value of 4 ampere. After how much time inductor current will reach to 4 ampere? So we know the equation of growth of current. I is equal to Im in bracket 1 minus e to the power minus t by lambda. Now the time in the inductor reaches to 4 ampere, that is 4 is equal to 5, that is a maximum. At that time we have to determine, so in bracket 1 minus e to the power minus t divided by lambda, lambda is 0.6, so 0.8 is equal to 1 minus e to the power minus t divided by 0.6. So e to the power minus t divided by 0.6 is equal to 0.2. So we can write e to the power t divided by 0.6 is equal to 5. If we solve this, we are getting t is equal to 0.96 second. So after 0.96 second, inductor current will reach to 4 ampere value. So this is how you can solve an example based on RL circuit. You have to remember all the equation of RL circuit, that is equation of growth of the current, equation of decay of current. So this is all about the today video lecture. In this video lecture, I have discussed about the time domain analysis of first order RL circuit. We derived the expression of growth of the current and decay of the current of the inductor. Hope you have enjoyed the video. See you soon in the next video of the DC circuit. Thank you for watching.